Hello and welcome back to another video, my little blue bunnies. Today I want to talk about a game I have been playing for the last few months called Heartopia that was released on the 7th of January of 2026. This game is very addicting, but like all games these days, there are downsides. So I would like to speak about the good and the bad. No, this is not a paid promotion, so this is my complete and honest view of the game. So from here on out, I will swap blue out for my game avatar for this video. Heartopia is an open-world RPG gacha game available through the App Store on your phone or on Steam. Interact with characters, build relationships with other players, create your dream home, shop in the town and dress up in lovely clothes and build skills in 10 current hobbies. The map is also a very pleasant size, not too large where you feel overwhelmed, but not too small where you feel bored of seeing the same thing every time you log on. You can't run, but you can drive around in your complimentary moped or in your car when you complete your 7-day sign-in. If you want to move quicker, you can always pay for the bus service, but let's face it, who's actually using the bus? There is so much to do in this game that it is hard to get bored. Here is my current home, and this is what each of the rooms look like. I have tried my best with decorating, but I haven't quite mastered it yet. Not to mention, building furniture costs a lot of materials. My kitchen is mostly made of items I had built myself rather than bought from Bob's furniture store. And this room here is mostly for collectibles, though I have not come across any shelves yet to help me organize everything. Hopefully, Bob will sell me what I need soon to make things look tidy. Hobbies and NPCs are often tied together, which I think is pretty cool. This is Vanya, Heartopia's fishing mentor. He provides you with your first fishing rod when entering the game and teaches you how to fish. His store even has fish tanks so you can display your best catches in your home, and there are items to help you fish better, like these anchors. Blanc is your garden mentor. He will give you your first watering can and your first 4 garden plots. You will be given tomatoes at first, but you can gain other crops from his store the more you level up in the gardening hobby. This includes many types of flowers that you can crossbreed to make different color variants. You can also come here for event plants too. At the moment of recording this, the event crop is Romanian lettuce and the event flower is dandelion. The event items are at least cheap when they come about. Bob, as we already know, is our furniture store owner. Bob is the reason why we know how to build furniture for ourselves, as he so kindly gifted us our first workbench. Though now I have this one, and don't use the old one very much anymore. There is no hobby from Bob, but we still love him. Everything in his store also changes daily. Annie! There you are! Annie holds all the instruments and emotes we could want. Yes, we can use emotes and stickers here. These are great for expressing how you feel when talking to your friends. They're also what I have been using this entire video. Look, I'm dancing! Dorothy is our wonderful fashionista who owns the fashion boutique right next door to Bob's furniture store. Just like the furniture, the shoes and outfits change daily. There is also a section upstairs where you can change your hairstyle and color, though I have done this only once because the starter hairstyle I had was a little too flat for my tastes. Kaching lives just outside the town and sells puzzles, picture frames, fireworks, and I think these are storage and inventory expansion tickets. These puzzles help build the puzzler dream, and I find these to be very, very enjoyable. Unfortunately, there isn't much to say on catching beyond this. Collector! Not too long ago, he had a little pop-up shop between Bob and Dorothy, where he sold various furniture and clothes. He now seems to just stay over here and offer hidden quests when the time is right. Doris, the weather merchant, meaning she only pops up during abnormal weather, like rain, rainbows, snows, and meteor showers. And holy blue, was it hard to find her! I have been looking for her for weeks and finally managed to purchase the cake roll recipe from her in Arch Street. She also sells weather-specific accessories, but both these and the recipe cost stars. Albert! Albert, wait up! Whew! Finally! This is Albert, the roaming buyer. He will buy almost anything off of you. Food, materials, bird info cards, bugs, crops, furniture, you name it. He is always roaming this road, meaning he will often pass your house. Andrew, my man! Andrew is the one who introduces us to the moped, though for some reason they call them motorcycles here. You can also go back to him and buy other cars, bikes, and mopeds, but just like in real life, they are pricey. Bill here is the sea fishing host. You want to start a fishing event with your friends? He's your man. Massimo, our town chef, and you guessed it, he gives us the cooking hobby, and he is the person we go to for cooking ingredients, recipes, and different cooking stoves. This hobby is probably the hardest in my opinion, particularly if you cook multiple dishes at once to speed up the skill growth, but it is still a lot of fun. Nanawa is our bug catcher. We are given a bug catcher from him and we use bubbles to catch various bugs across the map. We can go to Nanawa to get many items to help with bug catching, and he moves around the map for events, so we have to go to his location for special bug catching events. Bug catching can be very fun and I enjoy it a lot, particularly with friends. Sweet, sweet Bailey J, the queen of bird watching. We can gain binoculars from her to take pictures of birds. These images turn into info cards that we can exchange with her for various rewards. And just like everyone else, you can go to her for items to help with growth for your birdwatching hobby, like this bird whistle. Miss Joan is the owner of the pet store and is the person we go to so we can adopt very cute cats and dogs. Here are mine. This is Millie, this is Gizmo Jr., and this is Chubbs Jr. When adopting them, I gain the dog and cat caring hobbies. Here I get to train, feed, and bathe these little rascals. Miss Joan is the person we can get pet food from, as well as clothing and accessories for the animals to wear. There are also a few pet beds and toys we can purchase too, but they are a little too expensive for me right now. And then there is Atar, the village mayor who gives us weekly quests. And that is it. The website itself even says he is useless at the moment, but hopefully this means that he will become useful in the future. There are a handful of other NPCs scattered across the map, but none really hold any significance at this time. Recently, the game had a winter event going on, meaning there was a new hobby attached to it, but it wasn't linked to any specific NPC. This was snow sculpting, and honestly, I quite liked it. I am not sure if this hobby will be available for new players or not, but let me know if you manage to obtain it if you yourself play this game after watching this video. Heartopia encourages you to make friends and interact with others, and it is amazing. You can send postcards to friends that they can read later. We can host parties at our home. We can go fishing, bug catching, and bird watching together. Share food and drinks. You can chat as long as you are in that person's friend list. There are even emotes you can do together, and there are different ones to unlock for each friendship level. I have an amazing friend I interact with a lot in Heartopia, and we try to talk and help each other out as often as possible. They even agreed to participate in this video. Thank you so much, Misa. I will treat you to cake the next time I am online. Sadly, this game does not come without its flaws, but I believe these issues to be fixable with enough pushback. But I will cover all of this now. First of all, the racism issues. Most of these issues are not the company's fault, but rather the behavior of the community. There have been reports of players running around in blackface pretending to be plantation workers. This made other players uncomfortable and some even a little scared. Obviously, this is not Heartopia's fault, but I believe a better reporting system should be in place. Though, what I am going to talk about next is 100% the company's fault. In the game, you can unlock a quest that involves finding bizarre mushrooms and bringing them to a black NPC named Kapal. The game will then give you a cutscene where Kapal proceeds to chase you around a rock, trying to steal the mushroom from you. When he does, he eats it and starts becoming itchy and dancing funny. Now, this isn't the original cutscene. This is the replacement, as the original had Kapal start jumping around like a monkey and doing monkey sounds. How in the hell did this pass so many people and not one person said, yeah, this is racist as hell? Black people have been compared to monkeys for generations. This is not a new concept. However, people just jump to the developer's defense in saying, well, they're Chinese. They wouldn't know. This is not an excuse. If you want to open your game to a larger audience, then you need to at least do your research. The internet is free, and you can't tell me that the people in China don't know what racism is. Now, I personally do not have a problem with the drug references in this game. I thought it was pretty funny. Adult jokes and references have been in all age media for as long as I can remember. I'm looking at you, SpongeBob.
Gary!
Is that an all-over tan?
Well, not all of me. Look, doubloons! Don't drop them.
I can't seem to get happy. Maybe this will help.
For a small fee of $14.98 per person, everyone will get the opportunity to touch Squidward.
It only seemed to increase their appetite for wieners.
We need stronger tactics.
Right, something that would make Mr. Krabs' whole wiener thing blow right up in his face.
Yeah, blow up.
I guess you're gonna miss the panty raid.
Panty raid? You're talking about girls, right? Girls?
Yeah.
Is that a wedding ring?
Oh, this holds nothing.
But having a black character consume mushrooms and get high when they are also portrayed heavily in the drug trade might not be a good idea either. I can't praise them too much for changing this scene, given that they have had reports of people trying to speak about it in their Discord only to be silenced. The scene was also changed quietly, with no real acknowledgement, meaning they aren't really sorry and are just trying to brush it under the rug. Continuing with the race issue, what do you notice about all these hairstyles available in the hair salon? That is right, they're all white-coated. There is only one black hairstyle available and it is behind a paywall. This isn't even available when you make your starter avatar. And it feels more for boys. There's no braids or curls for the girlies, and that's sad to see. However, I believe this is highly fixable. With future updates, they could indeed add more hairstyles for black characters. Hell, maybe we could even get more cultural clothing from around the world. How cute would these characters look in a kimono or a sari? Now, this is the part that may make me look a little hypocritical. Given that I have spoken about my dislike for AI in my video, My Honest Thoughts About AI. But hear me out. The game was not developed on AI, but AI had been used to make jigsaw puzzles. I love the jigsaw puzzles, and this saddens me that it was used. But again, I believe this to be fixable. They could temporarily take puzzles away with some compensation for the players. Scrap the AI ones and have real artists recreate them all over again. Then re-gift everyone the puzzles they had before at no extra cost. I do not condone the use of AI, but I don't find many new games I like. So if I see the problem as fixable, then I will hope for change. But if they were to get worse and add more AI features, then that is where I will draw the line and delete my account. The gacha system in this game is heavily predatory. I didn't notice this myself at first, but once it was pointed out to me by another creator, it became clear as day. You have these exhibition passes that are used for the system, and one banner that uses these blue hearts called Moonlight Crystals. These crystals are easier to get a hold of than the exhibition passes as they come from a daily sign-in. But here is the problem. Unlike Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail with fixed prices for their wish system, Heartopia does not have fixed prices. In fact, I started pulling on this blue lamb outfit, which initially cost 3 tokens. The next pull was 12! Why? The last banners they had, I couldn't do another pull because the cost was 100 exhibition tokens. You couldn't win anything good unless you spent money. Yes, you can land on the special item and get the whole bundle, but the chances of that happening are very, very slim. This system is unfair and greedy. Yes, I understand that it is a free game, but need I remind you that Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail release new characters every patch with new weapons, and they managed to give out Primogems, Intertwined Fates, Stellar Jades, and Star Rail Special Passes for free completely fine. These systems are not perfect by any means, but they are at least better than this. I do love Heartopia, and I will continue to play it often despite their flaws. And I only hope they get better. This is a beautiful game, but they need to be careful of what they add to the game. They need to fix the gacha system, have a better moderation team, remove AI features, and have more diverse features for players of color. I see all these things as fixable, and I really want to see Heartopia redeem itself. If you do want to play this game and be on my friend list, make sure to join the global server and my profile will be displayed on the screen for you. Thank you so much for joining me today, my little blue bunnies. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you have any thoughts or would like to learn more about Heartopia, then please leave your thoughts and questions down in the comment section. Like and subscribe and hit that bell to help us reach 80 subs. Bye for now.